Survival. It's primal. It's instinctual. It's the driving force that pushes us to overcome obstacles and endure hardship. Whether we're facing a natural disaster, a life-threatening situation, or simply the daily grind, the will to survive is what keeps us going. It's that inner voice that whispers, "Don't give up," when everything in us wants to. In the wild, survival is about more than just staying alive. It's about adapting to our environment, using our resources wisely, and never losing hope. It's about pushing our limits both physically and mentally, and emerging from the experience stronger than ever before. But survival isn't just about us as individuals. It's also about looking out for one another, about lending a helping hand to those in need. It's about recognizing that we're all in this together, and that our survival often depends on our ability to work together and support each other. Remember, the wilderness doesn't discriminate. It throws challenges at us all. But it's in those moments of adversity that our true character is revealed. Do we rise to the occasion, or do we crumble under pressure? The choice is ours. Out in the wild, the importance of helping others is paramount. We are often stronger together than we are alone. A simple act of kindness, like sharing food or shelter, can make the difference between life and death for someone struggling to survive. I've witnessed firsthand the power of human connection in the most extreme circumstances. I've seen strangers risk their own lives to save others, offering comfort and support in the face of unimaginable hardship. These acts of selflessness remind us that even in the darkest of times, hope and humanity can prevail. But helping others isn't just about grand gestures of heroism. It's about the everyday acts of compassion that make our world a better place. It's about being there for a friend in need, offering a listening ear, or simply lending a hand when someone is feeling overwhelmed. Remember, even the smallest act of kindness can have a ripple effect, inspiring others to pay it forward, and creating a chain reaction of compassion that can spread throughout communities and beyond. As much as we may want to help everyone in need, there are times when we have to recognize the limits of our own abilities. There are situations where, despite our best efforts, we may not be able to save someone. This is a difficult truth to accept, but it's an essential part of understanding the complexities of survival. The Serenity Prayer encourages us to accept the things we cannot change, courage to change the things we can, and wisdom to know the difference. In survival, this means knowing when to fight and when to let go. It means knowing when to push forward and when to conserve our energy. Sometimes the most courageous thing is to step back and let nature take its course. Soldiers especially understand the delicate balance between fighting for survival and accepting what is. They face unimaginable pressures in the line of duty, constantly confronted with life or death decisions. Imagine a soldier pinned down by enemy fire, unable to reach a fallen comrade. The instinct to help is overwhelming, but charging into the open could lead to more casualties. This is where the Serenity Prayer becomes a lifeline, a mantra for navigating impossible choices. The soldier must find the courage to accept the situation, the serenity to remain calm under pressure, and the wisdom to make the best decision possible, even if it means prioritizing their own survival. This is not cowardice, but a testament to the strength it takes to confront such harrowing circumstances. It's a reminder that even in the most desperate situations, we can find a sense of peace and purpose by focusing on what we can control, our own actions and reactions. Section 5. Accepting what we cannot change. The Serenity Prayer reminds us that we are not in control of everything. There are forces in this world far greater than ourselves, forces that can upend our lives in an instant. Natural disasters, accidents, and unexpected tragedies can strike at any moment, leaving us feeling powerless and vulnerable. In these moments of chaos, it's easy to get caught up in the "why me" mentality. We may rage against the unfairness of it all, desperately seeking someone or something to blame. But this anger, while understandable, can be incredibly destructive. It can consume us from within, preventing us from moving forward and finding peace. Acceptance is not about giving up or resigning ourselves to a life of suffering. It's about acknowledging the reality of our situation and choosing to focus our energy on what we can control, our own thoughts, feelings, and actions. Section 6. The strength to make a difference. The Serenity Prayer is not a passive prayer, it's a call to action, a reminder that we have the power to shape our own destiny. While we may not control everything, we can control our response. We can choose to rise above adversity and emerge stronger. This strength comes from a deep well of resilience within us. It's the strength to find hope in the darkest times and to make a positive difference in the world. There are times when our desire to help others can cloud our judgment. We may find ourselves clinging to hope in situations where hope is lost, pouring our time and energy into efforts that are ultimately futile. This can be especially difficult in survival situations where resources are scarce and every decision carries significant weight. We may feel obligated to help everyone we encounter, even if it means putting our own lives at risk. This is where the wisdom aspect of the Serenity Prayer becomes crucial. We need to be able to detach ourselves from the situation and assess it objectively. Is the person beyond help? Are our efforts putting others at risk? Are we holding on to false hope that is preventing us from making rational decisions? These are difficult questions to ask, but they are essential for ensuring our own survival and the survival of those around us. Sometimes the most compassionate thing we can do is to accept the reality of the situation and focus our energy on helping those we can realistically save. The world can be a chaotic and unpredictable place. Natural disasters, accidents, violence and loss are all part of the human experience. It's easy to get caught up in the fear and uncertainty, to feel like we're constantly on edge, bracing ourselves for the next tragedy. But the Serenity Prayer offers a different perspective. It reminds us that even in the midst of chaos, we can find a sense of peace within ourselves. This peace doesn't come from ignoring the problems of the world or pretending that everything is okay. It comes from accepting what is, surrendering to the present moment, and trusting that we have the strength to face whatever challenges come our way. This inner peace is not a sign of weakness or indifference. It's a source of strength, a wellspring of resilience that allows us to navigate difficult situations with grace and composure. It's the foundation upon which we can build a life of meaning and purpose, even in the face of adversity. Compassion is often seen as a soft emotion, a sign of weakness or vulnerability. But in reality, compassion is one of the most powerful forces on earth. It's the driving force behind countless acts of kindness, generosity, and selflessness. It's what connects us to one another, reminding us that we're all in this together, sharing this journey of life with its inevitable ups and downs. In a survival situation, compassion can be the difference between life and death. It can inspire us to help those in need, even when it means putting ourselves at risk. It can give us the strength to persevere through difficult times, knowing that we're not alone in our struggles. But compassion is not just about grand gestures of heroism, it's about the everyday acts of kindness that make our world a more humane and compassionate place. It's about being there for a friend in need, offering a listening ear, or simply lending a hand when someone is feeling overwhelmed. Survival is about more than just staying alive. It's about thriving, about living our lives to the fullest, even in the face of adversity. It's about finding meaning and purpose in our experiences, both good and bad, and using those experiences to make a positive difference in the world. The Serenity Prayer encapsulates the essence of this philosophy, offering us a roadmap for navigating the challenges of life with wisdom, courage, and serenity. It reminds us to accept the things we cannot change, to find the strength to change the things we can, and to cultivate the wisdom to know the difference. This is the survivor's mantra, a guiding principle that can help us not only survive, but truly thrive, even in the most challenging circumstances. It's a reminder that we are not powerless victims of our circumstances, but active participants in our own lives, capable of shaping our own destiny and making a positive impact on the world around us.